Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. To me, this is looking like a DK laning
Oh.
against the puck. Yeah, I know that you just got chills from seeing the Enigma, and every time you do, this is a solid Enigma game. Nothing to cancel out the BKB black hole. So Hydra, they're focusing on lanes, but Enigma. The problem is this hero is not bad in lane anymore. And if there is a position for, if I was an Enigma player that I would love to play with, it's the Tiny. Tiny is definitely the best. The damage that you two can do is insane. You have
Yep.
two spells, of one of which on the Tiny, one of which allows you to bring the hero back to the Eidolons, and you don't even have to commit with the Enigma. You know, you just have to toss the hero on the Eidolons while the Enigma is playing comfortably onto the other part of the lane, not being harassed. So I'm liking this one quite a lot. Now it does make sense for the Snapfire to go far. Will that happen? We of course don't know. Will the DK be offlane or mid? We don't know, but I'm assuming the best way for me, Hydra, put the DK in the mid, lane the Viper, and the
Yeah.
I guess Shadow Shaman offlane, but you know, could be the Marcy as well. And for Team Empire, play a Tiny Enigma lane. It just sounds broken, literally.
I kind of like the idea where you're going with the Viper versus the Tiny, because that if the Tiny goes as a carry, he's not going to have fun. If they decide to demote the Tiny as a support and then put themselves a carry who's going to have a difficult lane, you might look at a lane swap. I think Hydra's also thinking about that too, because we can either, one, if this Enigma's off lane, he will have a decent time in the lane against the Viper, but we'd rather play the Viper against Team Empire's carry pick, force them to change their lanes, because we still have the advantage of, you know, changing DK and Viper's spots, for example, or whatever Hydra's carry is going to be to get themselves a good matchup. I'm a bit scared for Team Empire in terms of the laning stage, but when it comes to experience and how good this roster is in terms of their players, we'll see what that last pick is going to be. The Bristleback from Hydra. This is a very all-in early mid-game lineup, and Hydra's on a timer.
Let's go sniper. Let's see. I want to see a sniper here for sure. For the
defense.
side of Team Empire. Roll high ground defense. Sniper just to run into them and shoot everyone in the face. Like that hero, it was shown that the hero can do quite well. Bristleback likes to run in when it comes to the later portions of the game. The sniper does slow him down quite a lot. Naturally, Bristleback doesn't like to get BKB until like his third, even fourth item, which allows the sniper to be a big nuisance to him. You're far enough away that you're not afraid of the quill spray stacks. You lane well against both the Viper and the DK, so you should be okay in that regard. So and also imagine Hydra just committing onto him. It would be really painful for them. To be honest, so either I want to see a sniper here, that would be awesome to see, or a position for Phoenix for the side of Team Empire might be a bit too greedy considering the lanes of Hydra, but definitely the Sunray crushes these three heroes.
Yeah, it's kind of like Retrograde has played Tiny. Squad 1x, Squad X has played Puck already in mid. Jachlo has been playing Enigma in the off lane. Then there's also James, who's played Tiny as a pos 4. And we're kind of missing a 5 here unless they decide to put the Snapfire there. So they could still look for a carry option if James and BZZ want to go with the Tiny Snap combo. Cookies and tosses, kind of like the setups that they have. They can also cookie Enigma in for the black hole. They can toss people to break coils. Pretty good combos in general. Just need to get to a point where you get to use those combos, because how are you going to play the game if you don't have a good laning stage for yourself? Like, there's so many games where you just kind of, you're starved out onto the high ground and the game's over. So Empire will go for the CK. That will give them a bit of an extra punch early on, and I kind of like this pickup here. It is not the sniper that you were looking for. It's not a diffusal hero either to break the Bristleback, but it's something for your early game.
It is the early game hero. It does give you some kind of a sustain in lane. CK did get nerfed a little bit, but to be honest, with the Salves nerf, in my mind, he has become an even stronger hero because of it. Because now, not a lot of heroes can actually sustain themselves in lane, especially against the Viper. And if there is a player that has looked really good on the side of Hydra, it's definitely ICQ. He has been the most consistent one for me. So I'm still afraid here for Empire. I think I think with the CK, they have the potential, but you can quite easily lose that lane, and if that lane loses with your CK, you're gonna lose this game, just because I don't see them stopping the aggression of Hydra. Look at these tower pushes, look at these heroes that can just posture aggressively. It is insane. And on top of that, you have catch for the puck. So at some point in the game, you would say, oh, the puck is gonna split push. No, you're not. Shadow Shaman, DK, they will kill you.
Yeah, for sure. I agree on that. Difficult approach for Team Empire here, but if they can come out with shining colors in the laning stage, that will buy them. That will buy them time, and time is invaluable for this Dire team draft. To get the most out of this lineup, CK and Puck need to have a good start. Then you bring out the firepower from the Tiny and the Snapfire to combine with your late game Enigma. But Hydra also scales pretty well in terms of, you know, the DKs there. Viper can still be a big nuisance to some of these heroes. Say CK can be kept away. You still have BKB piercing abilities. You've got the Blink Hex on the Shadow Shaman. Stuff like this. So it's still not like if Empire just goes to late game, they're going to win the game, because Hydra also has the capability of going there.
Yeah, the later portions of the late game, I always emphasize how it can never be one-sided. There's so many things to take into consideration before you actually make that decision. But what we can say is that there's like 2 or 3 parts of the game: the laning phase, the early mid game, and the mid game where Hydra should be stronger. That is a long time on the map where you actually have the time to assert so much dominance. So Empire are not allowed to play. That's why I think Hydra just have a easier time in this game for sure.
I have to say, one thing that I'm super happy about is that I'm actually able to control the camera once again. So it was a week of burden, but it is now going to be lots of weeks of happiness here. A lot of fighting here for the early wards as well. Killball will go for the jump, and BZZ cookies to the low ground. Viper only able to get a couple poison strikes in, so no actual kill coming in here. There's Asgold looking for some body blocks, and he's got the Dragon Tail, but he needs follow-up immediately to get the follow-up on this. They toss Rari under the tower. Bristleback taking early damage. BCC will drop first, and that's going to be first blood. Bristle can't quite get to him. 2 more right clicks, and Squadix will take it, but he illusory orbed in. He wasn't sure that one hit's going to be enough, and now this Puck's going to be surrounded by enemies, and that's going to be a second kill for Hydra. Hydra, despite losing the Bristleback, they will take down 2, the first blood and the enemy Puck.
Yeah, pretty solid for them. Yeah, but the thing is, still Puck got that kill on the side of Empire, and he's gonna have an early bottle, and that is an important thing. Sure, Asgold got his kill as well, but if both the DK and the Puck are accelerated, the Puck favors in that one, just because he is naturally gonna be doing bad in that lane matchup, and as soon as the lanes break, he's gonna be happier about it. So I'm thinking Empire, even though they didn't get the first blood and didn't get 2 kills, they're still okay with that one. How did the runes go? Okay, HYDRA got 3. Okay, yeah, now it goes a little bit more in favor of HYDRA.
Hydra will be very happy with how things start off. Obviously, the Bristleback doesn't want to give too much away. James with the teleport in. They've got the stun coming out and looking for the toss combo. Oh, they tossed the Marcy in instead of the Viper, but they're going to be happy with this one. Very interesting interaction there. Saving the Viper's life, Marcy throws her life away. That is the ultimate sacrifice.
Yep, for sure. And this is the way you deal with the offlane Viper. I like this from the side of Empire. The way that you deal with this hero, you just bring 3 heroes towards him. Heroes like a Tiny and the Tusk are the best ones to just completely annihilate them. So I'm really happy that they're doing this. The Enigma should be okay. When you look at kill potential of HYDRA, they don't really have it that much, but in my mind,
just punishing the Viper here again. Like, they were baiting them in. You can poke us as much as you want. We're going to deliver the poke back as well. CK needs 1 more mana for this Chaos Ball, but not needed. Tiny's going to be finishing this kill off, and Viper will go down for the first time. And that is that's something we've really talked about. Empire needing to get a good start for the laning stage. These early kills will definitely contribute to it. Sadly, there's a creep wave under the tower, so they won't get the help of the tower to hit down this Marcy, who is trying to get away. And now they've got the Shadow Shaman here as well, so Hydra really putting a lot of pressure and emphasis on this top lane.
I don't know, Panda, what this is, but you and me really get to cast this these tri lanes. It is nice.
So. It is nice in a way, yeah.
I expected Kick to stay on the bottom lane, though, to crush the Enigma so much that Empire don't feel too good, but they probably feel like the Bristleback will crush the Enigma himself, do well against her, and then you just want the Viper to get some levels. You don't want ICQ to be a non-factor in this game. So, you know, both of the decisions I would respect here, but Hydra fighting on the top lane against the Tiny, it's never gonna be easy.
Yep, they're trading the Tiny in terms of taking themselves a Shadow Shaman, and they will get it. James lives for the experience. We'll finally go down to ICQ. BZZ, the one to finish off the last hit onto the Shadow Shaman. That is already 7 kills inside the 3 plus 1.5 minutes of play. Empire grabbing themselves a good start. Bottom lane has been a farm fest. 17-5 on the Bristleback and 12-5 on the Enigma. It's building an urn. Very curious about this item choice. Wants to build a vessel, most likely against the Bristleback. Doesn't seem like there's any other hero in their team who could build the vessel. Not the Tiny, not the Snap. So I guess this is more of an adaptability thing.
Yeah, for sure. You need a vessel. You're playing against the DK, you're playing against the Viper, against the Bristleback. All of these heroes are quite tanky, and the vessel just makes them not so tanky. So I'm liking that the Enigma is going for this. Puck buying a vessel is unheard of for multiple reasons. So I'm glad that Shashlo will be going for it.
James. Toss out once again. Tiny is very low on HP. Viper should be able to finish off this kill. ICQ slowly corrodes the rock.
Bottom lane as well.
Bottom. Oh, Enigma. Okay. Tanking a lot of close spikes there. Slow onto 2 by BZZ. They're hunting Retrograde. Retrograde inside the tree line. There we got the jump on from Koval. Shackles from Kicked. And now ICQ delivering the pain. Oh, the Cookie in with a taunt dispose backwards. Whew. That was a moment's chance that could have actually cancelled the Cookie interaction by getting the dispose after. But Koval disposes first into the Cookie, follow right after that. And now Shadow Shaman with the extra movement speed, able to get out by Marcy. Not gonna be as lucky. Gets thrown into the air though. CK, there's a Cookie stun. There's a dispose, actually, never mind about that. And they will take down Koval, losing Retrograde. And Hydra still on the hunt for more. James able to get into the safety of the lane once again as BZZ backs away from the other side. And this lane has been a bloodbath.
To say the least, for sure. But Hydra, I think they should be happier with how the laning stage is going, because the 2 lanes where you have 1 versus 1s is you're winning quite heavily.
Whee!
You know.
Go for another one. Toss into stun. Works like a dream. He could leave a CK this last hit too.
Meanwhile, mid.
So following this kill in this top lane, they did get the rotation into mid and grab the puck for themselves. Asphalt using the Dragon Form to get the stun connection, and Marcy there again. Marcy really has to be active in this early game, and she has definitely been with that. 6 assists.
This is why, you know, I expected Tiny, if you want to deal with the Viper, you go towards the top lane without the TP. When James TP to the top lane, that made sure that the Enigma was going to stay alone. So James, he didn't have much left in the tank, but continue going towards the top lane. At some point, the Viper becomes very hard to kill. He becomes a nuisance in terms of damage. And this is why now Empire have lost all 3 lanes. So they had a cool idea of how they're going to survive or do well in the laning stage. And now it completely backfired. Your CK wasn't farming well, and you've lost every single lane. So this is what we were kind of afraid of.
Yeah, it was very back and forth. It could have gone either way inside the first 2 minutes, but now it definitely shows some signs, at least towards Hydra, that they are happy with this. Toss again onto Koval. Retrograde on the chase, about to lose the Tiny, but losing vision just in the nick of a moment. Would have wanted to get that Tiny down. He is very low though, so he's unable to answer back, but they've got a full HP max mana pool Snapfire on their way. Easy. And look at this. It's Squadix. Got a chance for a big coil, but there's a sentry down as well. We'll find two, and Marcy's going to be the first target that they're going to look for. There's the dispose onto the Puck. Puck has to hide for a second. Koval will be taken down, and that Cookie stun keeps ICQ away. They got the shackles onto the Puck, though, taking a lot of damage, and Squadix about to go down, and Koval's going to be giving the tip as well during the fight. The bottle charges ain't going to do enough, and ICQ takes down Squadix.
Squadix actually turned around to fight there. I expected him to just try to get himself out with the Illusion, but maybe accepting his own death. While that was happening, the mid lane tower falls. The bottom tower did take some damage, but Rari now has the Vanguard, which means that Empire can't rotate towards him. You have better chances of killing the DK than you have of this Bristleback.
How do you kill this Bristle? Like, how do you, at some point, when you have to start turning your attention towards this Bristleback, he's already got a Vanguard, how do you kill this guy? I've played enough Enigma games to see that Black Hole, Midnight Pulsing, or Bristleback with Vanguards or Hoods is probably going to do like 35 to 40% of his HP pool, and then struggle. Retrograde, oh, not the CK as well. HYDRA will find another one in the top lane. Oh. That's first part of the game done for HYDRA. They check it as, okay, this is perfect. We won it. Now the early mid game. Mid lane tower down, top lane tower down. I would like to say that you can check out your objectives already 8 minutes in, but we're only starting to see what kind of damage this lineup will do, and then in the mid game you're gonna be ending the game. So I think more so we're now looking at Empire, how they can delay things, which heroes they can kill, which heroes they can't kill, and how they should approach it. Without the Vessel, and without super overextension from HYDRA heroes, you do not touch the DK and the Bristle. You do not touch them. You don't smoke, see them, and try to kill them. That does not happen. Maybe with the Snapfire ulti, but no, I'd rather go for the Viper. So, in my mind, Empire, you delay this game by killing the Viper, killing the Shaman, killing the Marcy on the top lane every time you can with your Mortimer's Kisses. That's the way to go, and you hope that the delay is gonna be good enough so that you get to a part of the game where you can actually kill the big ones. For CK, they still haven't been able to take down this bottom tower, so there's no room for him to farm, and Askold is farming, making stacks for himself in the enemy jungle and clearing them as he is still here. And that bottom tower is completely untouched as Rari refuses to leave this lane. He knows that we don't need the Bristleback for the team right now. We can just hold this tower. BZZ is getting caught here. We got a lot of whistling coming out from this Marcy. And BZZ is down. James making the move onto ICQ, and he tosses a creep instead of the Viper. Puck will cancel the teleport.
As soon as he saw the Viper being aggressive, he expected the DK to be somewhere in the vicinity. After that kind of a start, you're expecting the blink to be up. It's not up just yet, but it's very close. So solid read from Squadix not to come and do anything right now.
All I just want to say that these first 10 minutes, it's been a bloody massacre. There's the Black Hole and the Mortimer's Kisses, and they're doing a limited amount of damage onto the Bristleback until the CK is also going to be there, burning it up. So they won't be able to take down Rari under the tower, but HYDRA, can they make any moves happen? Kicked was hoping to get a shackle onto the Puck through the Invis. Askold is also pretty deep in. They know that nobody else is defending this bottom lane. Bristleback was way too far. So Puck is also playing it safe.
That was the overextension. Yeah, that was the overextension that you were looking for. And with the Mortimer's Kisses, you get the kill. The thing is, you have nothing to fight the bottom lane with any longer, and now you're gonna feel the burn.
Yep, they can't do anything to this DK really. Eidolons are doing some work, and they've got an urn charge on, but it's not going to be enough to kill this guy. Chasing BZZ as Rari has just spawned, spraying the quills and throwing in the snot. And then the rest of them, ICQ and Kick, they're going to go into the Roach Pit at the same time, but Empire knows about this, and they are ready to go for it.
This is a path back into the game. This is a big overextension.
This is very big for them. Empire, they will need this. Coil onto 2. Shaman behind the tree line. ICQ throws in the Viper Strike onto the Tiny. The Shackles are there as well. The Illusory Orb not quite killing the Shaman. It's not going to be enough, and that's going to be one down. And ICQ fighting all the way to the end against the Puck, but Puck's going to be able to take it. And here comes Askold, and he will finish him off. The wards have been cleared out, but DK walks into the pit with low HP. And meanwhile, they are putting some pressure onto the Enigma, keeping him busy. They should be able to take this unless BCC He's got something on his mind. Retrograde coming in from the side as well. Kicks is about to drop. Roshan, is he dead? Is he taken? Yes, Askel will barely get the Aegis for himself, and Retrograde was just a bit too late there with the Tumbler toy.
Here comes
the pit,
Rory.
and here coming over the stun, and here is Rory, the bristleback, right here, and he's got the snot onto the CK. There is another Phantasm dropped down by the CK. Tries the man fight, keeps them away, but that's just the 1 second stun, my friend. It's not going to be enough, and Rory will take down Retrograde.
Retrograde was eyeing up the Shadow Shaman there. He's like, these guys hitting them, it doesn't really do much. So I want the guy in the back. I want the Shadow Shaman. We know that his legs don't work too well to 80 movement speed, you know. So he was like, he wouldn't mind breaking them. But yeah, Shadow Shaman, he does get himself away and doesn't get caught by the CK. That was a chance for Empire. What ended up happening is James and SquadX made a mistake. There wasn't a full Avatos combo on the Viper. He tossed the puck. So with no extra damage, the Viper didn't die immediately, and then there was the turnaround. So you had a chance, and you make a pretty easy to dodge mechanical mistake. Empire, I think they're being phased a little bit, though at least they are making moves. Play the top lane. I think that is the smart way to go about this one.
The big thing that kept the Rasta alive during that entire fight was the raindrops. Now they're going to go on Rory once again. Bristleback's got 4 enemies on him this time, so that's going to be even faster than the kill at the bottom lane. But here comes the reinforcements. Da-da-da-da-da-da. As Askel goes in for the blink stun, tries to finish off the Tiny here, will be able to. And BCC is being controlled by Koval and the Unleash from the Marcy. That's going to be a double kill for the DK. Again, at the cost of their Bristleback. He is still holding second place in net worth, nevertheless. 2 for 1.
I can see, Panda, that you finally got some sounds, you know, so I like that. I like that you finally got some sounds to add to the cast. I told you that was what was missing, you know, so I'm really glad that you implemented those.
Human soundboard.
Either way, that's a pretty solid turnaround. The problem is, again, you're allowing your Bristleback to die. So Empire right now, for the past like 5 minutes, they've been doing a good job delaying things from happening. I think HYDRA went a little bit too greedy there. There is always a time when you should just stay back and farm. If you're holding an area, the enemies won't be able to go into you, and you never want to leave a hero alone. But you know, people do tend to get greedy. That is one of the good sides of humanity, or bad if you're not greedy yourself.
which
who you ask? Yeah, exactly. So no, now they're gonna be going together, and when these fat boys are together, it's very tough to do anything. We can see that Chaklo actually decided not to go for a vessel, so he went for a blink, understanding that this mid-game is gonna come faster than they were actually hoping for, and you need to have an initiation item on you, because the Tiny, okay, at least James will get it at a decent timing as well. Empire, they are getting some key items to be able to defend their towers at least.
That is one of my favorite quotes as well. Someone's fortune is somebody else's misfortune. Put a 4-man smoke from HYDRA into the triangle. They have double wards here as well on the side of Empire. Really protective of this triangle area. They do get their own aggressive vision placed down. Nobody home. There's also Shachlo just hiding in the lane. Ern is ready. He's also got the blink dagger. Didn't finish off the vessel though. Needed that blink more. And ICQ had a smoke pop or a smoke run its duration. Shachlo will get the information on the Viper. TP's away. Viper probably didn't, he probably thought that his smoke just ran out.
So, on the top lane, Bristleback literally just did half of Tiny's HP and damage in 1 hit. That was so sad to even look at. I think 3 hits is what you would need overall, but it literally looked like he took away half of it. Tiny was missing a little bit. So now it's time for HYDRA to overtake the bottom part of the map. That's why they...
That's a free kill. Blink. Fresh blink on the Shadow Shaman. They were looking for a kill a moment ago with their smoke, so they just stacked up and smoked again as Rory showed himself in the top lane. But does Empire make a reactive move? Do they go on the DK, or are they too nearby? Retrograde has to get out of there. And there we go. Ascot's going to be first. Blink stun onto the CK, and there we go. The dispose to cancel out the cookie this time. And CK gets hexed, and he is down. It didn't work in the laning stage, but it worked out now.
It does make sense that the Marcy kind of takes away the cookie, you know, she punches you in the stomach and instantly you just spit it out, yeah, so no cookie for you, my friend. I like what Hydra did there, you know, when they went for the previous smoke, it wasn't just to get a kill, it was to set up the bottom part of the map for themselves, placing that ward. It allowed them now to get so much. Sure, you killed the Enigma, but the whole storm down the triangle only worked because of the previous move with the ward, so they set themselves up for success on the bottom lane. And Empire, you can't go to the top, you're too easily hunted, so now what you have left is defending these towers. That's why it was important for the Enigma to get the early blink.
Graphs currently still flowing in the favor of Hydra, very heavily as well, 8,000 gold, but Empire just waiting for their timing to hit. Ascot with the blink stop will find the puck. Squadix will be able to get the phase shift just out in time, as the coil will be landing only onto one. Doesn't catch the Viper with it, just a Bristleback. Ascot walks away, coil runs out, Bristleback has been released. And James has been found. Blink Hex from Picked. And that's going to be the death number 2. Enigma comes in for the black hole, though. And it doesn't do much. They will be able to save their hero. Koval is going to be right there to assist. And that will be 3 heroes now down from Empire and Hydra. They're all still alive and kicking. Rari chasing Retrograde away. Should be able to at least get some distance. Bristleback walks a different direction, so CK should be fine. Meanwhile, BCZ clearing out the creeps so they don't instantly lose their tower.
Really good move from Rari. While 2 heroes are dead, you push out the top lane. I would like him to immediately just get away from here as soon as this wave is gone, because, you know, his life could be in danger. Yeah, there's the TP. He connects with his team with all 3 lanes pushing in. Empire forced to fight now, and they don't have a black hole, so they can never fight. Poor Puck.
Yep. Squadix slowly getting burnt alive. Dots are still on him. He has to use the coil defensively, and there's the spit coming in. Does he land the spikes is another question. James, however, finds Kicked as Hydra is fighting at the same time. Can they kill Squadix? It looks like they will be able to, as James goes down, and they're going to find the Snapfire. BZZ about to fall as well, and still actually chasing this puck. He's got no Blink Dagger, so it makes it possible for Hydra to go for the chase all the way. One more hit should do. Squadix, 50 HP. Rari. He is a Ferrari compared to this puck at the moment. Squadix able to juke again. Oh, the creep wave found him. He needs to juke 20 more seconds, but Ascalt's gonna find him. Oh, poor puck. Oh,
at least he survived for a long time. The problem is you didn't really create space for much. Okay, they outpushed the top lane, so didn't go for a big team fight though.
Yeah, problem is Enigma's caught. It's gonna be kicked once again on the money. Puck was kind of safe already, but he ran into the creep wave, so that's probably a moment where he was like, oh no.
Yeah, you know, I dodged the heroes, and then suddenly there's like 5 brainless dudes around you giving vision. It just feels so bad.
Yeah, it's like that one random bystander in the street just yelling, hey, look over there, there he goes. And it's like, oh no, not again. You could have just shut up. And that's going to be our first 20 minutes over as well. Hydra 25-11 lead in terms of kills against Empire, and 11,000 gold as well. Aben Graph saying 91-9. Grim game for Empire out of this one. All lanes lost, and Hydra with full control.
Mentioning that guy who yells right over there. Some people just don't know how to mind their own damn business, so it really does. We can see that even in the world of Dota, it is so, and you know, Squadix is gonna get the taste of it. You know, also the fun thing there was Empire, when their Tiny and the Snapfire were being killed, the Tiny was dying. And then just before death, he tossed the Marcy towards the Snapfire. BCC was fine, but I think James just didn't want to die alone. And you know, we are mortal, so it does kind of make sense. You wanna take someone down with you. BZZ, like this draft is not working out, and now you're gonna die too.
Well, gonna find Retrograde, but at least there's a bit of backup this time. And Rory just demolishes the Tiny. That's Kicked, already dead. And Bristleback kept away for the time being with the slows, but CK stun in, Cookie out. Rory, he's only taken a couple hundred damage. And he's still gonna be fine with this. 1-to-1 trade, support for support. And that's a BKB up on the Bristleback, so now Rory can do whatever the hell he wants, except walk out of a black hole.
This is the third part of the game, the mid game, where you finished off your BKBs. All three of the BKBs on Hydra are there. Even if you get a black hole, if the BKB is out, nothing you can do. And Rari continuing to show off that he's allergic to everything. But in this scenario, it actually isn't a something that is debilitating. It's something that you want to be just spitting on or snotting over everyone. So what's the play for Empire? I'm looking at this one and I'm thinking you want to fight. You don't want to use the black hole. Using the black hole near your base, if you're not 100% certain that you're gonna kill at least 3 heroes, is not an option. So you need to put that in your mind. So you can use it aggressively on the other part of the map, but I would be conservative of that as well.
I guess the Silver Edge can really make a good play for the CK and just kind of stun lock the Bristleback who overextends. That's something that they can look at. They have the Reality Rift that goes through BKB, through the talent on the CK. Very far away from it. That's a level 20 talent that he would love to have, but that is another tool against the Bristleback. Then, of course, you have this Enigma. BKB probably goes Refresher after this. Vessel's an option, but I'd love to have that second Black Hole. Puck level 25 talent. These are the things that Empire want to get. So they just need to, you know, hold on. I think that's the only thing you can do. Just hold on to this game.
Still, you need to look at how they're gonna do it. In this game, it's tough. I think bleeding away kills in the side lanes away from your base is the best way. There's just no other way around it. You're gonna have to accept the fact that some of your heroes will die. Make sure that the Puck and the CK are surviving. The rest you don't care about. You know, Enigma, the only thing he needs is a black hole, is a BKB black hole. That's the only thing you care about, and you want to keep the Puck and the CK alive. That's why Hydra are always gonna chase the Puck. They don't really care about the Enigma. They care about this guy because that is...
CK is not the one that they should give away, though. But looks like Retrograde is going to go down. There's no stopping Rari here. You can give those so-called, like you said, die far away from your base. Those are the good deaths that you can give as a support. But Retrograde exactly isn't a support. That is going to be his 5th death as well on this CK.
He's the one who needs to scale. He is the one whose timing on the Silver Edge might actually make a difference. Yeah, literally the chosen one, though. You know, maybe like in the Matrix, you're gonna have to die first before you actually find out how powerful you are. Though I'm not really sure that the CK will get to the same potential as that movie's protagonist.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in their eyes, the chosen one is no longer in Nemiga. Nemiga's not playing here though, but he was the lad who played for the same team for four and a half years. A very commendable career, you could say.
Never giving up, always having faith in your team.
And there we go.
Oh, there's the toss back.
BKB has been burnt out. Phantasm as well. Bristleback still on his first life. Dives down to take down BZZ. Chachlo. He just wants that first life away from the Bristle, and they will find him. He's dead in a very awkward position. Chachlo could just bombard with the black hole, but has to wait a bit longer. They're going to use their basic spells first on Rari. They haven't taken the racks down. This is pretty good for Empire. How much can they last, though? Chachlo needs some backup. It's going to get hexed up as well. This Enigma is about to fall. Mortimer's Kiss is burnt down as well. No buyback on the Enigma either. But they're going to be buying back with the Tiny as well. BCC being forced away. Scope with the BKB able to move out as they will be hunting down, kicked inside the tree line. That's going to be one hero down, and they've taken the mid-racks as well. Enigma never got the black hole on time. Very good position, but they still kind of got surprised by all the incoming manpower from Hydra.
They got surprised by Rari actually wanting to be there. They toss him back and he's like, yep, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I want to be between 5 of your heroes. Who cares? Yep. I actually expected Enigma there to use the black hole. But again, if you don't kill 3 heroes with it, the enemies just wait out your base. They leave the vision, and as soon as the hero comes back, they go in and they destroy you. So I can understand the patience from Enigma there. The thing that was kind of weird for me is that he bought out the BKB, but then again, when you think about it, I'm okay with it as well. You need a really big black hole. It's not about buying back and getting 1 or 2 kills there. It's about a big team fight, spreading out the map and setting up for another. If you don't get that first team fight, small kills aren't gonna help you in this game.
Yeah. 17,000 gold, that feels like an impossible number to overcome, but still, it's just a matter of time. Time to end.
A matter of time before Hydra finishes this game. That's what you're talking about.
that's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is, you know, it's pretty. Well, you can't really make much sense out of it at this moment. They're going to be lowering on. There we go. Beautiful black hole. And they need the damage. No Mortimer's Kisses. If only they had the Mortimer's Kisses for it as well. And Rari's going to hunt them all down. Retrograde down. Triple kill for Rari. And chasing down Squadix is in the trees. James is there as well. They want this kill. And they're able to take down Rari. 3-3 in the end. Thanks to Shotslow, able to get that 3-man black hole in the nick of time.
So there's like 75 seconds between when the black hole will be up and when the Bristleback comes back to life. That is enough for Hydra to do whatever they want. You can already see that the Viper and DK don't really feel like they can die. They both didn't use their BKBs. So Empire, I like that play. That is the play that can allow you to continue playing the game. Unfortunately, as you said, they didn't have the Mortimer's Kisses, but they should be happy that they know they can at least still fight with a good setup. So, you know, push out the side lanes as far as you can and make sure that Hydra don't take another lane of racks. It's not going to be easy, but you still have those toss backs, you still have the cookies. You can kite somewhat and push out the waves if possible. Now it's survival mode until the next black hole, and then it's going to be attempt number 2.
Let's see if Hydra is able to jump their advantage with the black hole being down. Retrograde inside the trees. Just able to walk out from the supports from Hydra. Patrolling outside of their base. James is also going pretty deep into the enemy jungle. And might as well take a quick glimpse on the buyback status situation. It's not looking too hot for either team. So only the Shaman and the CK are able to get back in with their current gold. CK is building a blink.
Does make sense that no one wants to buy back your Empire. They're aware if they die and buy back, it's not gonna change anything. You're gonna be so much weaker and you'll lose the game.
Away, but DK already reads this move, and he finds. Oh, he just barely blinked past James. James is able to teleport away. They're going for the push now. Hopeful, looking for Squadix. Squadix goes in for the coil on the Marcy. Unleash has been used as well, and the Mortimer's Kiss is slowly burning the Marcy down. One more connection, and that's going to be it. Literally jumping out of a burning building, only falling to her death. Empire now with 5. They're outside their base. Black hole in 20 seconds. Retrograde leads the charge. Sentries are down. They will see him. Both of them to detect the BKB instantly used by RCQ. A small Squadix in between. Satchlo. How much does he need? 13 seconds. Rari going for the dive behind BCC. BCC finds a random neutral item on the ground and he wants it for himself and he'll be able to take it. That is the blast rig, but that comes at the cost of Granny's life, and that is now your black hole up. You've already lost your CK Tiny and your Snap.
He didn't expect to get caught there, but I don't think that you can run in like that. You are the fastest hero. You're the only one with the horse. You need to be waiting for your team a little bit there. If they were ready in a 5 versus 3 scenario, that actually could have been quite nice with the puck. If the puck would catch the Shadow Shaman, it would be much easier, especially now while the Shadow Shaman doesn't have the BKB. But now this is for sure a second lane of racks.
We should pop a smoke here, but Snap's not using it yet. Shotslow has no one to grab at this current moment. Oh, and again, Bleak stunned as well. Needs to pop the BKB to get out, but no luck. And BCC is going to go down too, so you went a little bit too close. Empire called GG. They're done.
Yeah, understandable. You know, when you're in this kind of a scenario, you're bound to make some really bad mistakes like that, because you're just trying to do a bit more, delay a bit more, and try to get things back under control, and you just overestimate just how much you can do, or underestimate the amount of damage that Hydra is capable of. Hydra definitely a draft issue here. Team Empire did have some nice plays overall. In the end, we could see some mistakes, but those are forced mistakes. It's not like they It's not like they did really bad and just ran in randomly. They had an idea. We got a kill. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Black hole in 10 seconds. But you know, it's still in a situation where you're shaking in your boots, thinking we have to do something right now.
Yeah, most damage dealt in the team were the Puck, Enigma, and the Snapfire. They don't really get to play the game that they wanted to. HYDRA takes the first game against Team Empire in a pretty convincing manner. Like you said, pretty much a drafting issue, I guess, because you lost every lane. You're playing against Viper, Bristleback, DK. What do you do? Might as well add in the supports as well. This is a very heavy lane investment draft from HYDRA, but it was very back and forth. Like in the first 2-3 minutes, it could have been either one. Empire getting kills with their toss combo, and HYDRA are getting return kills thanks to the dispose on the Marcy, and then you have the Shaman who also rotated in to make it a aggro tri-lane versus the tri-lane from Empire. So after the first 3 minutes of play, I felt like HYDRA was finally getting a hang of it and just dominated their way from there. But Empire had a good moment that they could have still salvaged their safe lane.
Yeah, they had an idea of how to play it, but then again, this is why you still left the Enigma against the Bristleback. You as an Enigma player understand that the matchup just isn't that great for the Enigma. He's not gonna have a good time. The Puck is not gonna have a good time against the DK, and when the mid game does come, the one that are gonna be doing more damage, and you could argue that they're mobile, DK and the Bristleback, a little bit more than the Enigma and the Puck. Puck is pretty mobile, but the Enigma isn't. So they're gonna be able to come over and destroy the heroes that, even if they won the laning phase or that safe lane, I'd argue that it wouldn't be good enough. That's why I wasn't the biggest fan of the CK pick. I wanted to see something that can actually go toe-to-toe with the Viper in lane. I think that's the main issue here for Team Empire, that you didn't address a first pick Viper. That is always going to come out to bite you.
Yeah, that was a very deadly opener from HYDRA in the draft. But we're going to take a tiny break and start to set ourselves for game number 2 with HYDRA versus Team Empire. It's going to be up in about 10-ish minutes, so we shall return then with the second game. So, see you in a bit.